know that home buyers are facing some of the most difficult circumstances right now in several decades, right? And we're hearing all about limited inventory and rising mortgage rates. And but the question is, are you basing your decisions on, as we say, fact or fiction?
Absolutely.
Right?
That is what we're going to
There's a lot of headlines out there and it's freaking people out. And we just want to make sure everybody has the right information. So we're going to talk about common reasons that people are giving us for not wanting to move yet. And, oh, we're going to wait until this or that. So here's the first one that they're giving. They are waiting for home prices to drop. So every time I hear this, I cringe.
It's something we hear every day, right?
Every day. Yeah. And of course, we all would like to buy lower rather than higher.
100%.
That's a given. But I have yet to see this work out for one client. Because here's what happens. They say we're going to wait. We're going to wait for the prices to come down to where they're comfortable for us. Let's say they wait a year, 2 years. Now prices are almost definitely higher. Maybe like 20% higher with the way that we've been going. Now what are you going to do? Are you glad you waited? Now you've got 2 years. Not only are you paying more, but that's 2 years of equity that you just missed and paid for somebody else's, for a rental that you've been in. I'm going to show you this chart. These are home values in the U.S. over the past 20 years. This is what they've done. So you can see the trend here. We are way up and to the right. That's not even a small increase. That is a huge increase. And if you're waiting, you are almost definitely going to pay more. So not a good idea. If you cannot afford to buy right now, that's a different conversation and maybe completely valid in your financial picture. But if you wait, prices are statistically almost guaranteed to be higher. All right, let's go to number 2. Second reason that buyers are waiting to move, waiting for mortgage rates to drop.
Absolutely. The other thing they say is they want the rates to drop. They're a little uncomfortable where they are now. They're looking for a number, but they don't quite know what that magic number is. And this is something we get like every day, and I hear them. I'll be like, yeah, I'm also waiting for rates to drop. That'd be great.
Right.
But people don't necessarily understand what they could be missing out on or how a mortgage can be leveraged to your advantage. So the thing that matters more is the value of the home, right? So if you're waiting for rates to drop, say 1%, where they're at 7.5 today, you'd be like, I'd be happier if it was 6. And that's a savings of maybe $300 a month or so. But if that same home is now worth, let's say 12% more, you actually aren't saving anything per month. You now had to spend more out of pocket just to get a lower rate when you could buy it when it's lower and then refinance down the road when those rates come down. And that way, not only do you get those lower rates, you get the equity in that home as well. Something people are going to miss out on if they wait for those rates to drop before they buy.
And it's funny when people say, oh, I'm waiting for the rates to drop, I always say, what are you waiting for, right?
Exactly.
What number are you waiting for?
Yeah.
And how are you choosing that number? I feel like people just know that they were 3% at some point fairly recently, and so, all right, I'll wait, not until they go all the way down to that, but maybe 5. But they're just picking that number out of, again, headlines that they've seen. And it has nothing to do with, like, they don't know what their monthly payment would be at 5 versus 6.
Yeah, so what
How about you get the actual numbers?
Right. Worry about what that comfortable total amount is you as a buyer are willing to pay per month. That is all your rate is. It's a percentage of what you would pay a month. So what is that sweet spot? Is it $2,000 a month? Is it 3, 4? Don't worry about the rate as much as you are. Where's that comfort level? And then there is going to be a way to leverage that loan to your needs.
Oh, also, we talked about how are you going to catch it when it drops. So let's say the rate does drop to 5% in July.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? when does your mortgage rate lock in? A lot of people don't know this, but Nick, I'll let you.
You only lock in your rate when you're in contract on a home. So you don't lock in just when the rates reaches, you're great, they're at 5%, I'm going to lock in now.
Right.
But you're not actually looking at a home yet. So it's all well and good if rates drop, but are you going to be ready to jump on something immediately just because the rates reached a magic number you were looking for?
Catching that rate is really just a stroke of luck.
It doesn't really work like that, right?
There's no, I'm going to call, the rates just went down, let me call Nick and lock it in. You can't do that. That's why, anybody who locked it in real low just really got lucky.
Absolutely. They got,
there's no
way to outsave or out weight the, whether you're looking at stocks or something like that, every
Same
advisor
thing.
in the world would say you can't time it. It's not about
Right.
timing. You just
Right.
have to find out where your risk threshold is.
And really with, stocks, you can buy, you cannot buy. Usually with a home, there's a time that you need to move based on whatever's going on
Right.
in your
You
life.
have a
So
life event
that's when
going
we
on.
suggest you
Yeah.
move, not when the rates go down.
Exactly.
So, okay, so that's one. Another one is not enough homes available within my budget. I can't tell you. I hear this every single day.
Every day.
I want to move, but where am I going to go? There's not enough homes available. We are hearing low inventory, so yes, there are more buyers than homes right now. How many homes do you need exactly for you and your family? Probably just one. Most people just need one. How many homes are available in your zip code? You're not going to hear that on the news, right? All they're going to tell you is inventory so low, there's not enough homes available, it's such a problem, it's such a problem. But really, you and your family only need one, and I guarantee there's one sitting there waiting for you right now. That's all you need. So be careful about parroting what you are reading or hearing on the news instead of getting the actual data from a realtor or a
Absolutely.
lender.
Yeah, the homes are there. Would we love to see more? Of course. Is it a bit tricky out there? Yeah, no doubt. But
Yeah.
it's there, and people are finding really good wins and finding things that really make sense for the stage of life that they're at right now. That's happening every day, and the news is gonna, fear gets clicks, right? So buyers have to, understand that balance there, I think, and that's gonna lead to some smoother experiences for people.
Absolutely. Okay, next reason that we're hearing for buyers not wanting to move yet.
Yep. Unable to save for that amount they have to put down, that out-of-pocket cost. The cost of money has just gone up. Inflation's real, it's there, and people don't have necessarily the same amount of liquid cash available that they had. This is very true. There are so many ways to make this work. First of all, I'm so amazed at how many people don't realize the minimum down payment for a first-time home buyer is only 3%. You don't need 20% down, not 10,
3%.
not even 5.
The difference between 3% and 20%
It
is
is
like, you
monumental.
should feel
Yeah.
so relieved
Yeah.
by that fact right now.
Yeah. And then on top of that, there are all sorts of down payment assistance loans and county and government grants, lots of in-house programs as well. There are so many tools. There have never been more ways to slice a mortgage up to suit an individual's needs. A mortgage is not supposed to be this one-size-fits-all thing. It is supposed to be tailored for you and how you want to live your life and based on your needs. And there is a plan there that will work for folks. And people just think it's, no, I want my 20% down conventional loan and that's it. There's
Right.
so many options out.
Last reason that we have, common reason that buyers are waiting to move is trouble getting approved for a loan because of credit.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that.
So credit is coming back. It is a topic right now. The average credit scores nationwide have just gone down. It's just a reality of living in higher inflation times. So first off, the minimum credit score for most lenders is 580. That is so low in compared to what folks think they have to have.
Yes.
Most buyers do not have a 780 score. The average score I think right now is about a
650. Okay.
nationwide.
By the
It's
way,
the average
to
score.
rent, you need a 680 credit score.
Exactly.
So to buy, you need 580. To rent, you need 680. That's where we are right now.
And then there's lots of credit repair plans and rapid rescores. We will work, if we're like, okay, you're at a 619 now, but you'll get a better rate at 640, we will get you there. We'll say, do X, Y, and Z, we'll get it rescored in 12 days, and then you're there. And so
It can happen that quickly.
it happens very fast. The rapid
Okay.
rescore typically takes 72 hours at top, so it can move fast, and it can just help folks save up front and get a better loan you have. Nothing raises your scores like paying a mortgage on time. So if you buy with a credit score of say 610, that first year your score is going to go up 120 points just on your mortgage payments
Wow.
alone.
That's a
It's
lot.
going to be a dramatic increase. Now making sure you pay all your other stuff on time.
Right,
Of course,
right.
but it's such a good tool so that maybe you're buying with a lower score, but you'll refi with a much higher score and get a better rate back then, but you
Right.
bought early, so you've gotten the appreciation in that home as well.
And see, you would need an experienced lender to be able to explain this to you and look ahead like that for you
Yeah.
and get you on a path, right? It's not just about where you are today, it's where you could be and where you're heading.
Right, and with your home, it's emotional. It's your home. It's where you're laying your head. It's your safe space. So it's hard to look ahead, like at all times. That's something
Right.
we can help with. Not like only is it your home, but it's going to be your principal financial asset as well.
Right.
We can help you balance those two kind of tricky things to walk at times. So yeah.
Yes. So when we put together the information for this, it wasn't really a thing yet, but I think we'd be remiss to not mention that there is a lawsuit right now in the real estate industry, and it might be freaking buyers out also, and I feel like that needs to be the next thing on this
Yeah.
list. They're waiting to see, because now buyers are afraid they're going to have to pay commissions to realtors that they weren't having to pay before, in theory. And that is a whole separate video. There is way too much to cover there to really get into it, but let me just say that once again, the headlines are misleading you on that. It is not what it looks like, and you really should get the correct information from insiders in the industry to understand what it means for you. So, thank you. I think this was good coverage, and
Thank you, yeah.
hopefully it helped you.